It's noon in Kyiv. You're watching Our Time. I'll tell you the main news at this hour. I'm Katerina Vishnevska. Hello. So, 3 people have died as a result of Russian attacks on the Donetsk region. 16 people have been injured. The Russians carried out nearly 2,000 strikes on the region. This was reported by the National Police of Ukraine. In the past 24 hours, 11 settlements have come under fire. 44 civilian sites have been damaged, including 27 residential buildings. Destruction has also been recorded in Slavyansk, Mykolaiivka, and other settlements. Last night, the Zaporizhzhia region was also hit by Russian strikes, targeting a civilian infrastructure facility. The Russian army attacked with drones. A fire and rescue station was damaged. Windows and doors were blown out in the building, and the roof was damaged. At the time of the strike, the personnel were extinguishing a fire in a neighboring settlement. None of the rescuers were injured. A liquefied gas terminal in the Russian port of Temyuk burned for 3 days. The fire broke out as a result of strikes by Ukrainian drones. A source in the security service of Ukraine told Freedom about this. The targets were located on the territory of the Makhtroneft enterprise. More than 20 liquefied gas tanks caught fire, while there were 30 such containers at the facility in total. The fire covered an area of about 3,000 square meters. Railway tank cars and equipment were also damaged. The terminal has been operating since 2008 and is designed for 400,000 tons of product per year. The Security Service of Ukraine will continue to systematically work on cutting off revenues from the oil and gas sector to the Russian economy. It is precisely this money that finances the aggression against Ukraine. There will continue to be explosions in the Russian rear at facilities that support the war. Source: Freedom at the Security Service of Ukraine. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Rome. There, he met with Pope Leo XIV. The conversation lasted half an hour. Today, the Ukrainian leader will also hold talks with the chairwoman of the Council of Ministers of Italy, Giorgia Meloni. The day before, he visited London and Brussels. The president held a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, President of the European Council Antonio Costa, as well as President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen. Volodymyr Zelenskyy informed them about the situation on the diplomatic front. According to him, they also discussed in detail the work with American partners on steps toward peace, security guarantees, and strengthening Ukraine's resilience. We discussed in detail the work with our American partners on steps toward peace, security guarantees, and strengthening our resilience. We also touched on the Pearl Initiative and the reparations loan. We coordinated our positions on all issues. We are acting in a coordinated and constructive manner. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, President of Ukraine, on social network X, we focused on the next steps toward a just peace and strengthening Ukraine's defense capabilities, resilience, and long-term security. This is how Ukraine's Deputy Foreign Minister, Andriy Sybiha, commented on the meeting in Brussels. According to him, coordination between the United States of America, the European Union, and NATO allies is now more important than ever. It is crucial to make full use of all available tools to strengthen Ukraine and increase pressure on Russia, including enhanced military support for our defense forces, tougher sanctions against Russia, and the complete utilization of its immobilized assets. Ukraine will continue close and intensive dialogue with its American and European partners to end Russia's war and restore lasting peace in Europe. Andriy Sybiha, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, on social network X. The United States of America and the United Kingdom will continue to work on an ongoing basis to achieve sustainable peace in Ukraine. This was stated by the U.S. State Department following the meeting between Secretary of State Mark Rubio and UK Foreign Secretary Liz Cooper. The parties also emphasized that they share a common focus on promoting security, stability, and prosperity in the Middle East. And President Donald Trump must ensure that any deal with Russia to end the war in Ukraine leads to a lasting peace. This was stated by Finland's Foreign Minister, Elina Valtonen. According to her, although the war is not Trump's war, the peace will be Trump's peace. The official is confident that the American president is interested in a lasting peace, but if it is not fair, it will not be long-term.
To be honest, I am a bit concerned right now about what the coming days and weeks will bring. We, like the Ukrainians, want to achieve peace as soon as possible, but not at any cost. And I'm sure that President Trump is interested in a lasting peace. And if it is not fair, it probably won't last long. Elina Valtonen, Finland's Minister for Foreign Affairs, in an interview with Bloomberg TV.
The UN Security Council will hold an open meeting on Ukraine today. The initiative came from Slovenia. It was supported by Denmark, France, the United Kingdom, Greece, and South Korea. The meeting will take place at 5 p.m. Kyiv time. The specific topic of discussion is still unknown. Meanwhile, Lithuania has declared a state of emergency. The reason is the flights of balloons carrying contraband, which are being launched from Belarusian territory. This status will allow services to coordinate their work more quickly. Authorities will be able to involve military units if necessary. Prime Minister Inga Rugenene stated that the state of emergency will not cause any inconvenience for residents. After all, because of these balloons, operations at Vilnius Airport have already been halted several times. Law enforcement agencies continue to search for the organizers and perpetrators of the contraband transportation. In Greece, farmers have blocked the airport on the island of Crete. The protests erupted due to delays in the payment of agricultural subsidies. A group of farmers went out onto the runway at Heraklion Airport, and all flights had to be suspended. Clashes also broke out near Chania Airport, the second largest on the island. The police used tear gas. The protesters threw stones and overturned a police car. 2 people were injured. The demonstrations marked a new stage in the escalation of the protests. Dissatisfaction intensified after a scandal involving fraud in the distribution of subsidies in Greece.
Subscribe to UATV English and stay updated on the most important events, top news from Ukraine and all over the world, in-depth analysis, exclusive reports and interviews, all on hand in our channel. Join our community of viewers and stay tuned.